What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 47 of Damn That's Good with Big Salinas Barbecue. I'm Randy Salinas, joined by my brother Jenner Salinas, and we do have a special guest making a second appearance, Mr. Johnny Maggs from Pitlife Barbecue. Be sure to check out his podcast. Comes out every Tuesday. He does it on Facebook, so if you're on Facebook, be sure to check that out. He does have some awesome guests every Tuesday. Or you can listen to it anywhere you get your podcast as well. But we got a good fun episode going on for you. So without further ado, let's get this party started.
Hey, Junior here. Last week we talked about what would you cook if you were told you could only cook one thing, and we got the number one answer is they would kill the person that told them they were going to only cook one more thing. So that was fun. We had a good fun episode. We previewed a game that we'll talk about later. That not happy about the performance, but it is what it is. But let's get into it. Our show today is brought to you by.
Holy Smoke Spice Company, Brothers Keepers Barbecue, Prairie Fresh, Meat Hugger, and Mad Cow Cutlery. Be sure to check out all their social media platforms. Check out their products. They do make some amazing products. And then we'll get into our small business shout outs for the week for this podcast. Mine is going to be Moshak's Meat Market in Houston, Texas. So if you're on the competition trail and looking for some amazing barbecue meats, hit up Michael Moshak of Moshak's Meat Market. He will definitely get you the right meat that will help you bridge that gap or win. He had a ton of calls from cooks all over Texas at the American Royal. So definitely check out Moshak's Meat Market in Conroe, Texas. And that is my small business shout out. You got one, Junior?
I do. And don't forget to check out, if you missed last week, check out last week's small business shout outs where it was Backline, Fabrication, and Uncle Steve Shakes. So you can't go wrong with those two guys. But mine today is Campbell's Installation. If you're looking for a TV to get mounted on the wall, inside, outside, whatever, you want them to do it, they're going to do a great job. He's going to hide all the wires so that you don't see it. He's done it in my house. He's done it in several other houses. They're great. You can find them on Facebook, Campbell's Installation. Let them know Junior from Big Salinas Barbecue sent you, and they'll give you that VIP treatment. But let's get into it. Last week we were talking about the pit reveal with the man himself, Johnny Maggs. And overall, how are you liking the new pit? I'm sure you've been asked for it 10,000 times. I'm going to ask you 10,001.
Yep.
Man, it is awesome. I am having an absolute blast with it. It's almost running itself. It's scary. I've cooked on a lot of things from different rounds, and there is almost no work going into this. Literally, just start a chimney of some lump, throw that in, throw 2 splits in, let it run for about an hour, and it evens itself off, and just throw the splits from there, getting that right around an hour per split.
Fire split.
I'm rookie at this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, Mr.
I'm
Over
supposed to
200
be on the other
episodes.
side of it.
It's hard when you're on the spot. You're on the hot seat.
Yeah, but yeah, it's wild. It's almost running itself. And I was telling Randy before, I've cooked on the Webbers for years in my Oklahoma Joe Highland, and just fighting that Highland every time I put something on, it's a battle all night long. Great cooker. Don't get me wrong. I've absolutely loved it. It's lasted. It's 5 years old. Just a little surface rust on the bottom of the firebox, nothing. But every time you throw another split in, you get the temperature jump. 450, 500. Now you're fighting the dampers and the exhaust, trying to get the temp down. So by the time you get it back down to where you want it, half the split's already gone, and you haven't even cooked a minute. So it's still blowing my mind, this thing. It's just so damn efficient. It's scary.
Now, what made you want to decide to bite the bullet and get a smoker custom built?
Well, I didn't. That was that one over there on the couch.
Mrs. Mags wanted.
Mrs. Mags. So I won't. We'll try to do the Cliff Note version of this one. I woke up one Sunday morning. We're closing in on Christmas time. And grabbed a cup of coffee. I'm sitting right here where I am right now. And she's standing on the other side of the island with just this look on her face. And I took a sip of my coffee. I looked at her. I go, what? I go, I've known you too long. What's the matter? I haven't been home long enough to screw something up. So it ain't me. So what is it? She's like, well, I got to tell you something. Okay, shoot. Well, I've been talking to Ryan, and we were going to try to surprise you for your birthday, but I can't do it anymore. She was physically getting sick because the nerves and the tension of it was so bad. Because then Ryan had asked her, well, we need a couple design ideas of things he definitely wants on the pit. And she's like, I can't answer those. I have no clue. So they didn't have a choice but to tell me. So I'm like, okay, if you guys are going to do this, I want the prep table. I want the double rack system. And that was pretty much it. It was really simple because it was basically going to be his regular cart, competition cart. So the one you guys saw, the one that was inside on the wheels. So that's what I thought it was going to be. I go, maybe some aggressive looking tires. So it looked badass. And then she ran with it. That was the last I friggin' heard of it. I'm like, okay, nothing happened. Then a couple months ago, I had Ryan on the show, and all of a sudden, this one popped up into it too. And they said that this is really happening. Because I didn't think it was really going to happen. You know, because even Ryan says, he goes, dude, I can't even afford my pits. And he does all the work for them.
Yeah.
So I thought it was something, because, we're just like everybody else. We're paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? Especially in these times. Yep. And that is it comes with a significant number. So I never even thought anything. But then when they broke it on the show, I'm like, oh, holy shit, this is actually going to happen. And then that was that. And next thing you know, we're in the truck after a show one day, a couple weeks back, heading your way. And the rest is kind of history on that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard her say, she said it when we were there. You said it on your show. She's ready to put the for sale sign and move to Texas. There's just one thing you have to remember. You don't like the heat, my friend. And in the summertime, it gets $120 heat index at a 130. It gets hot down here. So if we want you to come on down. We welcome you with open arms. Just remember, the summers are not to play with here. They will. Randy was asking a question. We'll ask it later, but it's no fun here in the summertime for sure.
Well, the way the humidity is up this way, it gets pretty nasty. So I think it's one hand or the other, really, at this point.
Yep.
But she's ready. She's ready to throw the for sale sign out.
It's true. Now,
just don't bring that cold weather down.
But at what point there was the bet going on? At what point did you say, "I'm going to lose this $100"? Because it was a gorgeous pit. We've shown it. It was amazing. The color pop. But at what point did you say, I'm fixing to lose $100?
So we had the $100 bet of Ryan bet me $100 that he was going to make me cry with the pit reveal. And I said, there's no way in hell. So I took the bet. You really got to get me, right? So I turn around and there it is. And it's the purple, the plum crazy purple, like the Dodge sports cars out of the 70s there. And purple was my mom's favorite color. So it's like, oh, you dirty bastard. You guys are playing dirty. Right? Because she had said to him, he goes, however you decide to paint it, because we really, and we'll probably get to that, but we really gave him full reign, do whatever the hell you want, as long as it's got the double racks and the prep table. So she said, well, if you're actually going to paint it, it's got to be some type of purple for his mother. That was fine. It hit a bit, but I'm like, all right, we're cool. So that was the front of the pit. So then as I walk around the back, the first thing I see is the charcoal grill with the rotisserie on it. I'm like, oh, so I'm taking that in. And then I think it was Big Rome. He's like, no, you're missing something else. And then I looked up to the actual back side of the cooking chamber. And right there was Mrs. Maggs' signature, my daughter Holly's signature, and JJ's signature. Bang. Here they come. And that's what I said. I go, just pay him his money.
Yeah.
So it was the signatures that pushed me over the edge. That brought on the I wasn't expecting my allergies to act up that bad down in Texas.
Yeah, the allergies down here are really
dry.
bad.
I was surprised.
They come in waves. One day it doesn't, you're fine. The next day it's killing you. And then the next day you're fine. It's just it's weird, for sure. Yep. Now it was like I said, it was a lot of fun. It was an honor for us to be there for sure. We weren't gonna miss it. When you said, I've been telling you, I sent you a message like, I don't know if I can switch. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to switch schedules. I said, hey, I've got a pit reveal. And I told the people that a gender reveal, no, a pit reveal. They thought I was crazy. I said, this is only something barbecue people will understand.
This is barbecue. Forget the baby.
And so they go, okay. And then somebody goes, I'll switch with you. And so I was like, all right. Then I texted Randy. I said, I'm off. He goes, all right, let's go. And 5 o'clock, we were on the car, in the truck on the way to come to Austin. And like I said, we wouldn't have missed it.
Oh man, like I said, it was so great to meet you guys, in person, because it's been a couple years now, and back and forth on the shows, and listening to you guys, and you guys tuning in with me all the time. The support we have back and forth, and then the the YouTube videos and and everything. It's just this brotherhood that we've created. And just to finally be able to get there face to face, clap the hands, give a hug, you know what I mean? That was, somebody had asked me, they're like, what are you most excited about on the trip? I go, to be completely honest with you, I'm more excited to meet all the boys, all the gang, face to face, than I was the actual pit. Because it's been like I said, with the three of us, it's been a couple years now.
Yeah.
But with some of them, we're running on 4 or 5 years. Of jumping on each other's lives on YouTube, and they're talking on the phone and emails and text messages and groups. It's just you literally know everything about everybody. So if outsiders came to this party. And we said, oh, yeah, we just technically met today. They'd call bullshit. Because we know each other. We know each other's families. We know everything. So if an outsider looked at us, goes, you guys have known each other forever, but it was literally the first time any of us met. And then like I said, all the guys that came, like you guys came down, Rome, Smitty, Max, all you guys up in the Dallas area. Then, from San Antonio, we had Chef Johnny, Rick Galindo, Jared, Andrew. Then Brother James lives in Austin.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, man. Then, Doug Scheiding was great to see him. I literally had messaged him, oh, goodness, maybe that Thursday. Because I was trying to get the plans for the trip together and, trying not to miss anybody. So I'm literally driving down whatever main road, highway it is that in Mississippi. And I'm like, oh, shit, I never messaged Doug. And he's like, oh, dude, I'll be there. I'll be there. Then, Clarence Joseph, that was great. Ryan was like, dude, Clarence Joseph ain't coming. I'm like, he told me he is. He goes, CJ is not coming. So we're standing there, and I think I might have been standing with you two at the time. And here comes Clarence walking up the driveway. And I'm like, hey, Ryan, you might want to welcome your next guest. And he looks out. He goes, you got to be kidding me. I go, dude, do you not know who I am? I brought the heavy hitters today.
You did.
But yeah, it was an absolute honor, and it was great to, like I said, finally be face to face with you boys, give you a big ass hug, and at that point we picked up right where we left off. Okay.
Yeah, it really was. It was fun for sure. But yeah, just like you said, man, definitely meeting everybody. You do see the bond that everyone kind of creates and the brotherhood. Walking up to people, start chatting like you didn't even skip to be like you met them face to face before, and having conversations. Most of us talked about Kobe Bryant there for like 30 minutes, and then barbecuing, cook-offs or whatever. A lot of great conversations had that week.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Now, was it in the group message to all meet at Valentina's for breakfast, or was that just everybody thinking alike?
No, that was actually got brought up.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, everybody showed up at one location. I'm like, okay.
I thought they were meeting.
I must have missed it.
Sunday. So I was like, well, we can stop on Saturday since they're going to meet on Sunday, and then we strolled up, and half of them were there.
Yeah. They that had jumped up in that chat group probably about a week before.
Yeah.
They asked, does anybody want to, meet up for breakfast, or what's a good breakfast spot? And then James from Aim and Claim 'em, he put in Valentina's. I threw out Valentina's, and then I guess a bunch of them all coordinated from there. Because I know that original the four was Jared, Andrew, Chef Johnny, and Rick Galindo. They all drove up together, so they were there. But then Big Rome and all that. So in the chat, they kind of came up with a time to meet up there.
Game plan.
Oh man, wasn't that good? We wound up going on Sunday morning. Me, the family, and Ryan and his wife and his buddy Steve. And damn, that real deal Holyfield, that ain't lying.
Yeah, you had it with the brisket.
Had it with the brisket,
Yes.
and I had to go. Dude, I went straight fat boy this whole trip, man. I did not miss a morsel. So we're standing in line because we got there right at 8:00 when they were opening, and so we were maybe fourth in line, something like that. But they had the board set up, with I guess the daily specials. So I don't even know if they had this one on Saturday when you guys were there. It was called the 512 breakfast sandwich. Oh, I'm just looking at it. It was basically thick chunks of brisket with fried egg, salsa. They had a I forget what kind of pepper. They made this. They basically made a spicy aioli, so spicy mayonnaise
Okay.
with it. So call it like a ghost pepper. It was pepper mayonnaise. So I had to get that too. And then Ryan's walking off with this bag of tortilla chips and this thing of queso. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I had to get that too. So that's just my order. Mr. Bags and the kids got all their stuff. But man, yeah, that breakfast sandwich and the real deal Holyfield, it was incredible.
Okay.
So I can completely understand why they're so busy and the lines get crazy for their breakfast stuff because it was amazing.
Yeah, that real deal Holyfield was really, really good. Definitely, you do have to watch when you eat it because you will probably get messy.
There was
Oh, yeah,
nothing
you have-
clean about it. And did you guys try their sauce that they had on the table?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it was it was like a mix of barbecue sauce and like a really, really finely diced salsa. And man, it was incredible. I put some of that on top too because I wasn't missing out on no flavors. And oh man, it was awesome.
Now there is something that was on the pit on Sunday, I believe, that I don't think we saw on Saturday because I think y'all added it. You know
Yes.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know because I'm all caught up on all my episodes. So I had a whole list of all the podcasts I had to go through because I was off for 2 weeks. But yeah, I caught up on all you guys' episodes the other day, so I know exactly what you're talking about. So we had the pit reveal on Saturday, and what you're speaking of was not on that pit. So Sunday was Sunday. Then we cooked. We actually went down there and cooked on it on Monday, and that was still not on there. So as the days going by, we're joking around. I finally pay up my $100. Took a picture to prove it, because if there ain't no photo, it never happened.
Yep.
I'm not getting stuck with that. So he goes, so you leave? You guys are leaving tomorrow, which was Tuesday. We're like, yeah. He goes, bet you another $100 I'll make you cry. I go, I go, I only bet when I know I can win, and this time I lost, so I will never make another bet with you as long as either one of us are alive. So no. So we get down there on Tuesday morning, and the pit's all shined up, ready to go, and he's just there fiddling around behind it. So as you walk through the garage bay door, so like where the bar and the snack foods and everything is set up. He was over there playing around cleaning stuff up. And I came over, we were talking, and then I turned around, and that's when I saw it. So he had come in, I forget what he said, like maybe, because we got there probably about 8:00. And he said he came in at like 4:00 that morning, cut it out with the plasma cutter, the computer, whatever the hell he's got there, the CNC machine, painted it, dried it, then put it on. It was Mrs. Mary. So that was the name of the pit because I named it after my mother. So I'm like, I go, this is why I didn't freaking bet with you again, you prick. You know, I didn't cry, but I was like, damn. So yeah, so that was
he wanted
I
all
was
your
getting
money.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
It'd
getting
have
a
been
lot.
it would have been one of
lot-
those things that Mags would have bet the $100, it went double, and he would have
Oh,
lost.
I
Yeah.
would have absolutely did it. If I had won on Saturday, I would have definitely bet him again.
Yeah. You're like, okay,
But
double or nothing.
yeah, but no, I lost to you once. Yeah, you're not getting me twice. But yeah, so that was he had literally done that Tuesday morning and
Yeah,
put
we
it on
saw
because
it
I
later and
kept
it was like,
getting.
did we just miss that or what? I'm
I
like,
was
no,
like,
I don't
there's
think
no
it
way
was
we
there.
would have missed that. There's no
Oh
way.
yeah, I've been getting messages and texts to go. Wait a minute, that wasn't there on Saturday. I go, you're right.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Oh.
that definitely was a nice touch.
Oh yeah, you know, it was funny. So let me ask you guys something about Texas, all right? Because we were sitting, like I said, we were sitting down at Valentina's on Sunday morning, and I guess from what Ryan said, it was either right next door or across the street. There's a bar. Like, do artists just go stroll into a bar in Texas and just like start playing?
Sometimes they do.
Down on Sixth Street,
Yeah.
some will.
Okay.
You'll get some that in Austin. Of course, you're fighting the college crowd kids too at that point. But there's certain ones that I've heard stories where they'll perform in a couple days, so they get there early and they just happen to stroll in and work on a song or whatever,
Yeah.
something like that. I've heard some stories about that. You may sit next to, some people said even Matthew McConaughey's walked into bars and sat with people and started drinking down there in Austin area. So
yeah, but like I said, we were sitting at Valentina's and Ryan's like, he goes, we should have came down here after the party and went to the bar next door, got some food and drinks. I'm like, why? He goes, Willie Nelson played there last night.
oh wow.
I guess he just walked through the door and
So
hi guys, I'm here. Do you mind?
Well, yeah, I mean, as
I'm
someone
like,
famous, yeah, definitely they're gonna
you're gonna let you. Oh yeah.
yeah.
there ain't gonna be no doubt about it.
So each we all missed Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson landed at Valentina's area in between the both of all of us.
Had to be at somebody's pit reveal.
We're blaming on Mags.
Blame it on man.
It's all my fault. I don't care.
It happens I've heard of it that it happens from time to time down, even in Fort Worth area. People will show up at some bars and stuff that are playing music and just stroll on up there and start playing with the house band, or if their band's with them, then take over.
Oh yeah, you know that
Anybody
had
with-
happened to me years ago in Tennessee. I was in Nashville with one of my buddies. He sold software, computer software to colleges. So we were down in Nashville and he was running around to a couple of schools. So he's like, go down, you know, and I'll meet you down there. Tell me where you're gonna be. I'm like, okay. So of course, you know, my first time in Nashville, I go straight to Tootsie's, you know, the most well-known one there. So I'm sitting there, I'm having a beer. You know, there's a couple people around, nothing. It was early. And in walks a guy, sits next to me, well, one seat over. So it was me, an empty seat, and him. You know, so I ordered a beer and he ordered, and you know, we kind of looked at each other and, you know, hey, how are you? You know, just starting the small talk. And we're just having a conversation. I'm like, you need a refill, about back and forth, and he's just acting kind of weird. He's real cool, but it's like he's waiting for something. And I said to him, I go, all right, let's do a shot. He goes, okay. So he cheers the shot. I go, okay, so before we do this, let's just get this shit out of the way. I know who you are. So now you know that I know who you are. I don't care who you are. We're sitting here drinking beers and whiskey at whatever noontime on a Tuesday. He goes, I'll drink to that. So we did it. It was Kid Rock.
Wow.
So I'm sitting at Tootsie's with Kid Rock, drinking beers and whiskey, and couple more hours go by, and all of a sudden we hear from behind us, "You're a little far from Detroit, there, city boy." And we looked, it's Hank Williams Jr. I forget
Holy
what
cow.
album it was, but Hank Williams Jr. played on a song on one of his early albums. But so yeah, it was right there. They were finishing recording that, so that's why he was in town. Next thing you know, the place just blows up because now Kid Rock and old Bo Cephas are in Tootsie's, and they started playing. It was freaking crazy. But that was the first time that shit has ever happened.
Wow.
But
So yeah,
but
it
yeah,
happens
man,
everywhere.
it would have been
happened.
cool to see Willie, that's for sure.
Yeah,
That's-
it really would. I could see. I mean, I could see him just strolling in there and just say, "Hey, can I play?"
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that does happen a lot. Sometimes, mainly when someone's playing, it's kind of like you have to kind of schedule it type deal.
Yeah.
Where they may kind of do like open mic night type, like comedy shows do.
Yeah.
Yeah, any kind of big names, Hank Williams Jr., Willie Nelson. If George Strait was to walk in the bar and say, "Hey, I want to play a song," you're gonna let him.
Yeah. Who's gonna sell?
Who's gonna stop him? No, you can't play. You didn't sign up. No.
Yeah.
And if you
Sorry.
do tell him no, once the owner finds out you don't got a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can you give me 10 minutes so I can promote this to get more people in, please?
You said no to who?
Yeah, you wouldn't have a job, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, what all have you cooked on that pit?
Well, that Monday when we were still
Mhm.
down there, we went to my new favorite grocery store on the planet, HEB. I got to find out how far the closest one, because I will make a weekend trip just to go grocery shopping. But we had picked up some. They had some beautiful loin back ribs, so we got a couple racks of those. We were gonna do chickens, and then we decided to overthink ourselves and go, no, to hell with the chickens, and got a big pork loin. We're like, this would look sick on the rotisserie. Not thinking that when we had it on each side, eventually it was going to start to twist in the middle, which is a whole nother story. So we did loin back ribs, pork loin, wings, and we did skirt steak for some breakfast tacos on it down there on that Monday. Then we got home Thursday morning. So I cooked on it Friday. And what the hell did I cook? Shoot. Oh, no. The loin back ribs were here. We had regular spare ribs, St. Louis cuts down there. But on our way out, Claudia had wanted to stop at the HEB just to see what she could find for a quick meat run. Because I had all my coolers with me. So on Sunday, I had picked up these two beautiful prime briskets there, for $60. I'm like, oh, they're coming home. I couldn't leave them because shit, a full packer here of a choice starts at $80.
Wow.
So these were grade 1 primes for 60 full packers. I'm like, oh, I have to go. Then I looked to the left and I saw the Wagyu ones for 130, and I'm like, oh, she'll divorce me if I do that. But I was tempted.
Now,
would
did
really
you look
remove
through
the
them?
tank.
Sometimes you have to look through those Wagyu briskets because sometimes they're mismarked.
Yeah.
That is true.
Every time I go to one, I'll just look through curiously. Even if I'm not doing a competition cut, I'm just gonna kind of look through because if I find one, like an 18-pounder for $100 or $80,
Yeah.
I'm buying it.
Oh, for sure. And and like I said, it was so funny just to see it out in the open. Because around here, all that is behind the counter.
Yes.
Or it's in the back room somewhere. Oh, we have Wagyu. Let me go get it for you. This is just out in the open. You just literally put it in the cart. I go, this is great. I love Texas.
We do it.
But yeah, when we were leaving, that's when she had got a couple whole chickens and the loin back ribs, a couple racks of loin back ribs, and so I cooked those on that Friday when we got home, and they were delicious. But like I've been saying, then this past weekend I did a 10-pound pork butt. I think like a 9-pound boneless leg of lamb, and like a 6-pound top round roast, and it's just effortless. The insulated firebox, the design of it, but yeah, I've been having some fun with it for sure. Did a couple more chickens, I think on that Monday, so that was what, Columbus Day holiday, yeah. So yeah, I've been putting some work in.
Yeah, I mean, you still
Definitely.
gotta. It's a new pit, so you're trying to work. You're trying to make sure you find all the kinks in it and how it's gonna cook
Yeah,
everything, so that way it becomes natural. And hey, I just need to add this, one wood every so often, and I'm golden.
yeah,
I know I can
yeah. That's what I'm
set it, put it in
trying.
there, and walk away, and it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get with now is figuring that out. Because when we were down in Texas, she just wanted to run at 300.
Yeah,
She just sat once she evened out. She just sat at 300. So I'm like, okay. So once we got back here, she was right around. She wanted to run right around 275. So the elevation difference and all that. But yeah, so she's happy running around 275 to 300. But I'll throw a split in and she'll jump to like 325. So I'm really not concerned about it because it's just a couple minutes and then she'll back herself back down.
yeah,
But Ryan was telling me, he goes, just wait when you're ready to put a split in, give it another 10 minutes. And then put the split in, and then that should just bring it right back to that 300 range. But like you said, it's now I have to go through the whole process of learning a whole nother cooker, and
Yep.
especially on this size, because the
yeah.
bottom level is one temperature, the top levels are a whole nother, another 25 to 30 degrees, give or take, than the bottom. But yeah, we're learning on it, and everything's going great with it. I am. I still can't believe it's sitting out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't
I
gonna
saw those
lie.
chickens you were rotisserie that one time it was raining. I was laughing because you brought your little canopy over there to help block the rain. I was like, nice, I like it.
Hell yeah.
Let's transition in real quick. We'll ask you the question. We'll start. You've kind of answered it into our Inside the Pit segment, where we ask a bunch of questions on a couple different forums, and we get some crazy answers. Like I said, last week's was if you had one barbecue cook left, what would it be? And everybody said they would kill the person that told them that. So fun times. But today's was, what is that must-have barbecue item if you're at a restaurant or if you're cooking at your house? What is that one thing? Say, if I'm having a party, has to be on the menu. We'll start with you, Mr. Mags.
Banana pudding.
That's it.
I don't care if it's not barbecue, but
The
come
barbecue
on.
party is it.
Yeah.
You need the
That's
dessert,
what.
and a banana pudding
Yeah.
is made to go with barbecue.
Yep.
So I'll jump straight to the dessert aspect because you're gonna get your mac and cheese. You're gonna get your baked beans, maybe some greens, corn
Yeah.
on the grilled corn on the cob, things like that. So I went with the fat guy pick of dessert.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. Randy, what would
Hell
yours
no,
be?
brother.
That's what I was thinking when I sent you that question to kind of ask.
Yeah, this is your question.
Was trying to think outside the box, because everyone, you go like a restaurant, you're gonna get brisket, ribs, all that kind of stuff. Going to a cookout, kind of depends on who's cooking. Some may cook just ribs. Sides definitely mac and cheese. I could see. But definitely some dessert, some banana pudding, maybe some kind of pie. Um, Barbecue restaurant style. I want to see some kind of mac and cheese flair than just Velveeta cheese inside of
Hmm.
it. Think outside the box, or maybe some kind of corn, whether it be street corn, corn on the cob, something is what I would kind of look at. Just something different than what you would normally get uh, at a restaurant. Like especially in up north, you're gonna get your typical, just like you said. Your greens, mashed potatoes, potato salad, all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. It's uh, thinking outside the box.
You're thinking too outside the box.
I mean, I want to see
Me,
something
just
different, especially
give me
if you're just like
a
if you
menu.
open up a new restaurant or a new restaurant in town. Do you want
Oh
to see
yeah.
that same thing that's someone down the street has? I
All
don't.
I need is a cold beer, and I'm good to go, buddy. I don't need anything. Whatever you want to throw on the menu. If we're talking menu items, I think mine. I've seen it here. Anytime I'm at a restaurant or anything, one thing my go to is I want to see what it is, and that's like a turkey breast. From there, so if I'm at a restaurant, that's usually what I go to because you can have everybody's briskets. The thing I'm kind of partial a little bit, but it's a smoked turkey breast. If I'm at a backyard one, to me, it's ribs. I want some ribs. I want some good old ribs. Not I don't like to fall off the bone, which is documented. So that's just my thing. We did get some, like I said, I asked this question out to everybody. We get some interesting answers. A lot of it was cold beer. Some was you, of course, Mr. Mag said banana pudding. I think my best answer I've gotten was whatever is on sale at that time. That's a very true
That's
thing.
what it really comes down to, meat wise. Whatever's on
It
Yep.
is what is on sale because it is expensive. Like I said, I when you were talking about the prices, $100 for just your choice or $80 as opposed to the 60 down here, and I'm just like, wow, the difference in locations and prices, and we know it's different with gas, but you see that difference in inflation when it comes to the meat. Uh, it's just crazy. So another one was pork belly or burnt ends, but you can't go wrong. That's just having to me brisket. Like you said, we talked last week about it, but we're not just cooking some burnt ends. It seems to be a waste. A lot of cooking time for just there. Just cook the whole brisket and go about it. That's my opinion. But interested to see the other answers when they come in. We'll update it for sure. But I like that banana pudding. How do you make?
Banana pudding.
Do you make it or do you buy it or who makes it in the Mags household?
Well, I make it and I cheat and I buy the little box.
That's what I do too.
I gotta go down to pudding aisle and I grab a couple boxes of
The,
banana pudding.
yeah, the
Then I go
instant
either
pudding
if
mix.
they really think about it and set up the store correctly, I could at that point turn around and right there
Right, the
are the
wafers.
little vanilla wafer cookies that go with it because you need those.
Facts.
And then you hit it, get a little couple cans of whipped cream, or you really want to go in, get that nice cool whip.
Yep.
And get all excited over here for it.
I'm telling
Put
you,
some Cool
banana
Whip
pudding
on
can't go
top, and then you
wrong
get
with
it
it.
with a nice flame on top of it to get it a little brown on it.
That's it. Then you really want to get wild, you take a little Uncle Steve's shake, dessert shake.
Straight.
Oh yeah.
I can see that.
Oh
That's awesome.
yeah.
See, now I want some
But
banana
you were
pudding.
saying turkey. You were saying turkey breast. That's what I also cooked on that Friday when we got here
Oh,
because
okay.
we were trying to figure out what to cook. So we bought a turkey here and had it in the fridge thawing out, and by the time it thawed out, we were going to be back. But man, the price of turkeys. Watch out next month.
I went to the store
Yeah.
today and I almost fell down. I looked at one just because you were talking about turkeys on your podcast and it's coming around where you're going to be working 16-hour shifts probably, and it was the price of it right now down here I was like, oh, my heart hurt.
Well, Claudia was just mouthed to me that she was at the store yesterday, and up here, the average she was seeing was $50. I
For
don't know
turkey?
how big it was, but that was the other thing I heard, that if you normally cook a large bird, so 18 plus, if you can find it now, get it. From what I'm hearing, the average is only going to be, a big bird is going to be about 12 pounds, and it's going to be top dollar, because I know, or at least around here, around Thanksgiving, they always run them into the ground, the turkeys, because they're banking on you buying everything else.
Yeah.
So they'll make up the money that way. So they'll offer turkeys for 39, 49, 59 cents a pound. So I'll
That's how.
buy.
Yeah, that's
They
how
do
they do
that
it down
down here
here. They do
too.
it.
Yeah.
They do it 39 cents or something like that, and then but you have to spend like
Like
fifty
20
Yeah.
dollars.
bucks or 30.
So
Yeah.
what I would usually do is I would get it, but if I needed the cooking oil, I would just buy the cooking oil as it. Or if I needed to buy a brisket, I would just buy the brisket and get double and be done with it. I'm not gonna buy. This
How much
sometimes what
is
I'll look for is the specials, like Kroger will have them,
yeah.
like with the briskets. So where they do like, let's say they do briskets at $1.99, but it's a limit two. If you read the fine print, it says per like customer. So that means you could just have to walk in, buy your two, walk out, walk right back in.
Walk
Well,
right back in.
what
And
Just
was
do it
it?
all day
I've done it
long.
where there's three in McKinney, so I just hit all three of them.
We did
Okay, I'm
we
done.
did that we did that on the way to your house one day. I went in, Chelsea went into an aisle, and we had two different cars. We had every single one on the way to the house. And here's your briskets, two apiece. So and we moved on. So
Yeah.
you have to. If you can find a deal, a special, yeah, you gotta buy it like now. You gotta because those things are crazy. But
Oh yeah. Back in
$1.88 right
the
now.
back in the spring. This is another great thing about all the groups we're involved in, because everybody posts
Yeah,
the
what the
deals they
specials are.
find at the grocery stores. So we had a guy who posted, one of our local chains up here is called Hannaford's, and in the spring they were running 99 cents. It was 99 or 89 cents a pound for pork butts, bone-in pork butts. So I went to one Hannaford's that I knew on my way home, walked in there and went, okay, you guys can I help you? I go, yeah. I go, is there a limit? Nope. Fair enough. All I needed to know, I think I got like six, wiped them out, So got six pork butts for, it was like $55. So, 60 pounds worth of pork for $55. It's like, okay. Further on up the road, up closer to home, I knew there was another one. Stopped in there, wiped them out. So I wound up with like 12 pork butts for $125, all 10-pounder plus. But it's finding them deals you got to take advantage of. And like you were saying, Randy, if it means I'm gonna take these two, go put them in the cooler in the truck, and walk back in, I'll do that all day till I run out of money.
Yeah, I've had our dad do that every now and then. Like when I've been working and there's like Market Street has a
oh,
sale. It's like, hey, just tell me how much you need and give me your card, and he'll walk in and ask first. Like he'll walk in and ask, hey, can I get two boxes? And if they says yes, he'll get two boxes and leave. If not, he's gonna tell them, well, I need X amount. I'm just letting y'all know I'm walking out and walking back in, and he'll make that 4 or 5 trips and come back with some decent
Oh,
ones or whatever he can get.
we did it one time when we did it at one store. We went to the self checkout, used the same card, scanned it. They looked at us. Here, use this card. She's our own customer. We're married, so you do your own thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm guilty. I got no problem being an asshole on some of those things.
Oh no, I don't.
So I'll go in and I'll get my two, and I'll have Claudia right behind me, getting her two. Then I'll go for this is how low I'll go. I'll have the kids behind her, and I'll hand the kids
The
hand the
cards.
kids money. Here, pay yours. You're
Oh
a
my
customer.
God.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Instead of
that's
walking
what I
back and
did.
forth, I'll get it done in one shot. I will take full advantage
Yep.
of your gray area.
Yeah.
I remember doing that as a kid. Mom would make us, here you go. Hand us the money. And there you go. We wait in
Yeah.
line. All behind her, all in one thing. I see.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what they just got to be smart. Like, is this all your people? Then okay, cool. You've got 4
Yeah.
people. It's 2. Let's move on.
2 apiece, and let's
And this
move
be
on
done.
with this.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen either way. So
Yeah.
let's just make this easy.
Yeah. Definitely. Did you have another inside the pit question?
I did not. Usually we go through tips and tricks, but I don't have anything.
Yeah, so I posted one. I'm not sure if you saw it yet on TikTok,
Why not?
Max. But I asked the question of what is your perfect weather to be outside cooking, whether it's barbecuing, grilling, whatever it is. What's that type of weather that you look for that when it comes, you're like, oh my goodness, it's perfect. I got to be outside.
Oh. Like I said, I'm one of the guys who's in shorts all year long, even if I'm shoveling the driveway. I'd say somewhere between 60 and 70 wise. And as far as, sunny, overcast, I don't care about that. But
As
yeah,
long as it's about
that
60 to
60,
70.
70,
Yeah.
because, you've seen me in person. I'm a big old boy. I don't do well when it's hot, especially sitting next to the pit, So, yeah, I'd say that 60, 70 range temperature-wise. It could be not a cloud in the sky or, overcast. But, yeah, that's the perfect cooking weather for me.
I think that's about with me too. I know we've been at competitions where it's been super cold in the morning, but when you're around a pit, you're around fire, you're warm, get the whiskey going early, and you'll be all right. But I'm with you. I don't like the hot because we've done some competitions where, oh my geez, it was so hot. So it didn't make it any easier. But I think we had, what was the high, like 67 today here? Just no real breeze, just nice, perfect. That's just sit out there, smoke a cigar, let the thing do its, let the smoker do its work, and just relax and have fun.
Yeah, for me, it's like that 50 to 70 degrees. That cool enough to walk outside and still get that kind of cold in there. And then
Oh, yeah.
you light up that grill and it's like, oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah. Because,
Tuesday,
like I
when
said,
I got home, it was cold and I had to trim the briskets, season them, and then get it fired up. And when I fired it up, I was warm.
Get you one of those multi tools from Backline and really cook in the wintertime.
oh, for sure. But yeah, like this Sunday, when I went out there, because I fired up the pit, I started the fire about 5 o'clock to have everything on by 6. And once it was on, it was probably the low 40s, and I was more than happy sitting out there. This is great, It's been a long time. I haven't really cooked in a while, to be completely honest with you. With everything that we've had been going on up our way, from the end of basically Halloween last year up till literally the day we left, it was always something between last year, November, I caught the COVID and all that, and Claudia wasn't feeling well for a while. And then in the spring, we had the trees come through the house. So dealing with all that, then Claudia had the accident with her leg, so she literally couldn't walk for almost 3 months. So I was running around. So I literally didn't cook at all. And whatever I did cook, there was no pictures taken. There was no posting about it. It was literally just get it done because we need dinner for the week, and do that and then do everything else to catch up when So once we got home with this, it's like it has just been so calming and just such a great feeling to just get cooking again and take the pictures, post it, and all that. It just feels real good. Because you kind of feel like a fraud after a little while of being being a host of a barbecue podcast and
Not
having
being
to
able to
cook
cook.
nothing. You kind of feel guilty cheating them all, but hey, life got in the way big time this time. So I think I can be excused on that. And I gotta apologize to you boys because I'm like I said, it's still been a whirlwind since we got back. I still haven't posted all the damn pictures, but I still owe you guys a picture of all the rubs and sauces, the big Salinas line in front of the pit. So that's coming.
Huh.
I
Hey,
promise
you had the
you.
flag back there in that one picture.
He
see
did. I
back
saw
there.
Like that.
I
You
saw that.
like that.
Uh-huh.
I had the
See
flag
that.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
I help run
definitely,
this
yes, yes.
podcast. I know how you feel because people ask me questions. I don't, like I tell people, I'm not the pit master by any stretch of any imagination. I've been living in an apartment for as long as I have. You can't have a grill. Now I can finally have a grill. I can start to cook. It's exciting, but I don't know what to y'all's level or anything like that. Like I said, even at the competitions, I'm just in charge of taking the box on turn-in time. That's it. Sit back and drink, and I'll do it drinking the beer all the way to go turn it in.
Yeah. The thing is, like when someone's learning, and probably Johnny can attest to it, is when you're just getting into cooking, you just have to cook. You know, you just have to
That's
go out
it.
there and do it. There's a lot of people that will ask, "Well, I'm kind of scared first time cooking this. I'm not sure what to do." I'm like, just cook it. If you're unsure, how to season something, just season salt and pepper and
Oh yeah.
cook it. You don't have to make it over complicated. Now, once you get further down the line and you want to try different things, then that's when you can start testing everything.
Oh yeah, because everyone, yeah, I completely agree. Get it all the time. Oh, I'm scared to do a brisket, or I'm scared to do this. Okay, were you scared the first time you got behind the wheel of a car? Yeah. Well, now you can whip it around all you want, right? You don't even think about it. Yeah, same difference. Just cook it. You learn, you get comfortable with it, and it's going to come along.
Yeah, it becomes second nature.
For sure.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely. That's probably the biggest tip that I know we can probably provide on this show is just get out there and just cook.
That's
Just
it.
try it. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't
That's
nothing.
that's
You're gonna
the
make
answer to
mistakes.
a lot of things.
Yeah. It's like Aaron Franklin said. You know, you're gonna make a lot of when you're cooking, you're gonna mess up. First time he cooked the brisket, he said it was horrible. The first time I cooked my brisket, it tasted good, but it was tough. It wasn't nowhere it is now. It is because years of cooking, just keep trying to perfect it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like driving a car. You got you got to practice. You got to keep doing it.
Now, is it true that he doesn't even like barbecue? He's not a huge barbecue fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Somebody was telling me that, and I was like, "Really?" I said he has one of the biggest restaurants, barbecue chains. I mean, because we've been there, and we got there 5 o'clock in the morning that one time, and we were 11th or 12th in line. There was already people that were already in line, so we knew we were getting food. But then they don't open till like 11:30, I think, is when he opened, or 11. So we waited a while. You could drink the whole time, you could do whatever you need, but you're gonna wait. And by I think 8 o'clock, it was wrapped down the street, around the corner. The line was, forget it, long. But that's amazing. But yeah, I agree. That's a great tip. Just cook, get out there and cook. Cook what you can afford, especially right now with the prices the way they are. So,
Well, all right. Let me ask you guys a question.
This is our
because
show.
everyone laughs when I say I do this. So we'll go back to Sunday when I cooked the pork butt, the lamb, and the roasts.
Mhm.
What do you guys eat that night you're cooking? I don't touch whatever I'm cooking. I don't eat it.
Oh, you don't eat it.
So everything I cooked on Sunday, so the pork butt, the lamb, the top round roast, beef, I cooked it, but I didn't eat it on Sunday. I don't know if it's just a glitch with me, but by the end of the day, I enjoy cooking it so much. But by the end of the day, I've spent so much time taking care of it, cooking it, controlling the temperature. I want nothing to do with it. So you guys enjoy everything I cook. I'm going to get a pizza.
Let me. I think I can
But
answer this for
I'll
Randy.
eat it the next day, and I'll be fine. But it's just the day I cook
That
it,
day,
I want nothing to do with eating it.
I think I can answer for Randy, but I could be wrong. Generally, when we cook things, it may not make it to the grill or make it to the cutting board before we're already munching on it. Especially if it's like fajitas or something like that, or we could, look, let me try this sample right off the grill. I mean, we know it's hot, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to comprehend up here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it's just something like that. Yeah. I'm not talking, but like a long all day cook. So
like
your
cooking
pork
it,
butts, your briskets, things like that. The last thing I want to do at the end of the day, once it's done, is actually eat it. Give me something else. I'll have a peanut butter and jelly. You guys can eat the brisket. I'll eat it tomorrow.
Yeah, if I'm like tired and exhausted, I may eat a little bit and then be done. Most of the part, like I'll get a plate full, but it's just enough to kind of eat something. Like if I'm at a cook off, I can every cook off I may eat breakfast and then the snacks. Snacking on a piece of chicken, snacking on a rib, just like a bite. Um, and I'll get home and I'm not even really hungry, but I hadn't ate nothing since breakfast. I'm like, but all I've done is drink beer and water and all that. But yeah, definitely I can totally understand that because sometimes when you're exhausted, you just like I'll eat it tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's exactly it. It's like like you said, I'll cut it up, and I'll take a piece of the brisket, piece of the pork, piece of the chicken. I'll eat that just to make sure it's where I wanted it or where I was planning the initial plan to have it go. That the taste profiles and everything were right where I wanted it, and I was happy with it. But after that, forget it. I'll see you tomorrow.
It's like cutting when I slice up the brisket for a customer, that in piece from the flat. I'll try that, and that's my piece to see if that piece is good, then I know the rest of it is
The rest
perfect.
of it, yeah.
If that piece is dry and it's like, then I was like, then I'll try something in the middle to see. Maybe that part just got overcooked. But definitely, yeah, this what is. I think everyone kind of does that.
Yeah.
And you may get those people that just want to chat on and everything. But hey, more power to you.
Me?
You're just a pig.
Now if we're talking just firing up the grills and just throwing
Yeah.
down, oh, forget it. I'm getting my feedback on, boys.
Yeah.
Like you said, it ain't even getting off the grill.
Yeah. Oh, y'all wanted to eat?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Oh shit! I forgot y'all were here.
Yeah.
That's how we do it at our house. When Randy will come and he'll sit down at a plate when I'm over there, and he'll just sit down and he'll start eating. Oh, it's ready. What? Didn't even tell us it was ready. Nothing. Then cooked it, sliced it, did whatever he needed to. Grabbed him a plate, all nice and quiet, and goes to sit down. It's like, hey, oh, it's ready. By the way.
I'll do that. I'll do that all the time. That Claudia and the kids, they love breakfast, right? I've never eaten breakfast, since I was a kid. Here and there, if I eat breakfast, if we go out to breakfast, I literally won't eat anything the rest of the day. It just like sits with me. I'm not hungry. I feel full. So very rarely do I eat breakfast, but they love it. So I always cook breakfast out on the Blackstone and everything. And I had bought 2 packs of bacon and everything else. And Claudia was like, "You're really gonna cook 2 packs of bacon?" Yeah. Okay. So finish breakfast, bring it all in, and I bring the plate of bacon. And she's looking at it. She looks at me, looks at it, looks at me. I go, I got 2 packs of bacon because I eat one while I'm cooking. So I had the first one. So I'm cooking everything else, and I'm just eating pieces of bacon. Next thing you know, a whole packing of it is gone. But
that's the
hey,
way.
that's part of the cooking privilege.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's true.
That's why I always go hang out at wherever the cook is at. If he's outside, that's where I'm gonna hang out. Let me taste test this real quick.
That's
definitely
it.
where you have to be at. You have to be around that cook.
Sure.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I had for inside.
That's
the
what you
pit.
had. Well, let's hit it. Our outs. We're talking around the pit. We discuss other things around the pit while we're waiting. My topic here I'm going to start off. My worst nightmare has come true in baseball. I've got the Astros and the Yankees. One of them's going to the World Series. And now all of a sudden, let's add the Phillies. I don't like anything Philadelphia. So that tells you my thoughts on the game on Sunday between the Cowboys and the Eagles. And now the Phillies have a shot to go to the World Series. So it's not my odds of me being happy at the end of the baseball season are not looking good. So I think I was looking at the score when we were taping this, and I think it was 1-1. The Yankees and the Astros were tied. So can both teams lose that series, please, to make my work happy?
And I had asked the question to you: is if one of them had to go to the World Series, who are you rooting for? You had to say the Astros.
I would say the Astros. My hatred for the Yankees is just too much.
Thank you.
The Astros, however, I have a feeling they could be getting Astros probably will sign number 99 from the Yankees when he becomes a free agent for God knows how much money he's going to require. But yeah, if it had to be, if one of them was guaranteed to win the World Series, who would I want to win? I could stomach the Astros more than I would the Yankees fans being that. Just no, because then it's all with us with Cowboy fans, and we got to hear Stephen A. Smith running his mouth about stuff. The Yankees this, the Yankees that. It's all, and then he's already making fun of the Cowboys because we lost on Sunday. It's not good. Not good at all. It's a rough week.
But I'm right there with you. I don't care who wins it as long as it ain't the Yankees.
I'm with.
They're like the old saying. I have 2 favorite baseball teams: the Red Sox and whoever's playing the Yankees.
Facts. We were talking about that the other day. I think we were at church, and they were bringing up the Rangers. Like, how did the Rangers do? I said, I think they're out of the race come April. I think that's when we officially chalked it up to the end of the season. They said they're going to be competitive next year. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens.
They did get a new general manager. They fired the problem. So they can only improve from here on out.
Anybody could have ran the team better than that. But it wasn't the worst football week. Alabama lost, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Man, how about them Vols, all right? You want to talk about the Grim Reaper right now of college football. Holy cow. They are just taking out everybody.
Uh-huh.
They're doing really good. And they brought the question, and I was laughing, and Randy could see if he agrees with it. They make fun of the Big 12 because they say they never play defense. Well, what happened in that game, SEC? You're supposed to be the big defensive conference. 50, 90 something points, 100 points together being scored, whatever it was. I
It
don't
was
know.
over 100 because it was what 52-49.
Something like that. I don't remember what the final
Yeah,
score was. I
I
don't
think it
know.
was 52-49 is what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, they hadn't played defense. I mean, when they played good teams, really no one in there has played very good defense. Consistently.
Yeah.
And
And
then
I Randy, I know you. I know for a fact you were happy. Was it 2 Saturdays ago
mm-hmm,
when your Longhorns just
put 49
laid
points on them. Yeah.
beaten down?
Yeah. And then they play Oklahoma State this week, so that's another one. And now it's going to be my team versus our nephew's team, Mason's school. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see, um, how that one goes. But like I told him, Junior is, they can run the table, they have a shot, but they have to run the table, have to win the Big 12. Here in a couple of weeks, you're going to have Tennessee versus Georgia. That's going to be a big one to see who's real, who's not.
Yeah.
Um, I know they're talking about on ESPN, can Bama, Tennessee, and Georgia finish with one loss, which is very possible.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
don't they have to
even
play each other again in the championship game or something
that's
like
what that's
that?
what I said. Let's say if Tennessee loses to Georgia, and Georgia makes Georgia and Bama face each other, and Bama beats Georgia, then you have all three teams
With
with a
one loss.
loss. Who do you put in?
Well, somebody's getting in. If that's the case,
Yeah,
then somebody's getting in the
let's say
playoff and in the
Alabama gets in, and then well, Tennessee or Georgia, lost in the
but it
championship
would be
game.
wouldn't it be Georgia versus Tennessee in the SEC championship? Bama would get the
Yeah,
free pass.
they're in the same they're same
Who?
division.
Tennessee and Bama. So that's what I'm
Tennessee and
saying.
Georgia.
Tennessee and Georgia. Okay. Yeah. So somebody's getting a free pass in the college football playoff if that happens.
Mm-hmm. One of those three teams is what's going to come down to. It's going to be very, very interesting. But college football wise, it is great to see some powerhouses back. Tennessee is back. Texas is on the rise. Florida is coming up. A couple of years, they may be doing better.
You see
Notre
what we
Dame, we don't know what they did. What happened with Notre Dame. Um, and
they
then, of
got a
course, Ohio State and Michigan there.
Notre Dame's got a new coach. He doesn't quite
It's
got
gonna
the
take. It's
keys.
gonna take them. I would say probably 2 years to.
But that's
Oh
just it,
yeah.
though. Going to be patient enough because I think he's a decent coach. I really do. To just give him the shot to do it. That will be the interesting aspect there. Just because he's not a bad coach. I mean, they've just run
Well,
into some
generally
tough.
speaking, what it's like, everyone gives a coach 2 to 3 years. With the NIL deals, I would probably say 2 years.
2 years.
If they're 500 after 2 years, I could probably see Notre Dame fans saying, "Hey, this coach has got to go." I could see that, but yeah,
Here's
I'm
the
with you. I
thing, though,
would definitely give him some time.
and it will with the NIL deals. I think it's going to even the playing field out. But these kids getting recruited have to be smart. I mean, we've told ones in the past that we knew that recruited at Texas Tech and everything. Go where you're going to start. Go where you're going to play. Forget going to this big name school. If you're good enough to be at the next level, they're going to find you. Period. And I think that's the thing. People want to go to Alabama. I don't want to go here, and then they get stuck. You know. And then all of a sudden they're transferring their sophomore year, and they've just wasted eligibility, and now they only got 1 year to prove themselves. So if
Oh yeah.
Notre Dame, Florida State, or Texas is saying, "Hey, you're going to come in and start," that's where you need to go. And I think the NIL deals are helping that because they're going to give you a little extra here.
Oh yeah. That's the old story that I love to tell. That it was back in the early '80s. That it doesn't matter, like you were saying, it doesn't matter where you go. If you can play, they'll find you.
Yep.
And there was this, and the proof of the pudding on that one was there was a wide receiver in the NFL in the early '80s who got drafted to an NFL team, and he came from this little school, Mississippi Valley State. Just little, I don't even know what division they were at the time. But that wide receiver was a man by the name of Jerry Rice. The man could catch a football.
Just a little bit.
But a Mississippi Valley State instead of, the Alabamas and all the big boys that, are on TV every Saturday.
Yeah.
If you can play, they'll find you. It
They
doesn't matter
will.
where. And the fact of the matter is, at that college, he shined even more than, because you knew he's going to start. You knew he was better than pretty much everybody on the damn field. So the attention was just going to come.
For sure. See, that's my go-to. I got my go-to when I told this at Mason's party to that one guy that's playing for sophomore playing for Melissa. They want him to get recruited, and I told him, go where you're going to start. And I said, whether it's North Texas or big, he wants to go to a big school. I said, understand. And I said, I'm going to give you one name, offensive lineman. So I'm going to give you Larry Allen. I said, Sonoma State. I said, they don't even play football anymore at the school, the football program. I said, they found him there, right? First round pick, all of that. I said, if you're good enough, you got to play. You got to start and you got to dominate. And they will find you. I remember when I was at Sam Houston State, one of the quarterbacks was getting recruited and getting all the scouts were coming, and it was a small school, Division II school. So, I mean, they're going to find you. If you're good enough to play at the next level, they will find you. You don't even have to worry.
You just have to make some noise. It's like
That's it.
Like Randy Moss. Like if you watch his story, he went through some stuff and nobody wanted him, and he went to Marshall. He took a shot, and look at him. He goes down as retiring as one of the best receivers in the game next to Jerry Rice and T.O. and all these other guys.
Well,
and all
T.O. went to Chattanooga, Tennessee, or something. And look at Josh Allen didn't even go to a big school.
Yep.
Here's another one that no offers, went to some small school, and now look at what he's doing here in the NFL. Now he's probably one of the best in the NFL. So,
for sure. And then speaking of NFL, I know everyone says there's a quarterback controversy in Dallas, or there was, or was not, whatever. But I'm not gonna talk about that one. There may be one brewing up in New England. What's your view on that? Because you have Mac Jones, and then you have what's his name, Bailey Zappi. He's coming in here and
done good
from what I've seen on tape. Now I haven't seen him in person because I work on Sundays, but watching some highlights, that man can play. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because he's definitely stepped up, and they looked good. He looked good on Sunday. It was they were what was it? They were in Cleveland, and the Browns aren't a bad team. They got
a good defense last year.
They got a nice team. And it's not the Browns of old for sure, but when I had turned the game on, it was I want to say the Browns were winning. It was early in the game, so it might have been 3-0, 6-0. But then he came out and he started getting his rhythm halftime. And he came out, and that's when he just broke it out. So this could be that old. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, but I will. This could be the old Bledsoe Brady thing again.
It might
be. If you don't want to say
it. It's a smaller level. It's a much smaller level that But who knows? It's crazy things happen. That's
and that's something we've talked about on the show is like, people forget, you had Bledsoe who went through it not once, but twice, losing his starting job to a backup. You had, when they came in, both Tom Brady and Tony Romo, whether people want to admit it or not, they come in with a chip on their shoulder, nothing to lose, but everything to gain, and they took full advantage of it, and that job became theirs. I think you could be seeing it in Zappy too. He has nothing to lose. What happens? If he plays horrible next game, and Mac Jones can come back. Well, it's going to put Mac Jones in. But if he continues to light it up, you have to wonder what are they going to do.
You got to roll with the hot hand. That's the whole thing. They're saying, I love quarterback controversies. It's really not a quarterback controversy. Who is hot?
Yep.
And if you're winning with your backup, which is quote unquote starting the controversy, you got to roll with them.
Yep. That's what people, I think, failed to realize is that. Like here in Dallas, all the Cowboy fans are now saying, all your people who said Cooper Rush needed to be the guy, where y'all at now? Well, they wouldn't be saying that if they would have went into Philadelphia and won. If he'd have come back and won that game, all the talk would have been, okay, well, let's keep Dak on the bench till he gets healthy. Then the talk became when they lost, we need Dak back now. Well, we're out of it. Remember, everybody said we were out of it. Junior said we were out of it. And I told him, hold on. We're going to be right there in the mix come the end of the year. And sure enough, send 4-2 with their starter potentially coming back. You couldn't ask for better.
Well, I don't know. But if Dak comes back, he's coming back this Sunday. They said he's going to play. And I've got a picture on there that says my thoughts of Dak, and it's got a trash can. That's what I think. I don't think the Cowboys' future starter is on their roster. Just me. But if he comes back, let's say he struggles a little bit against the Lions, let's say we eke out a win or we lose that one of the next two games, he's going to create the controversy if he doesn't come out and perform like everybody's thinking he's going to do. So, and you never know, we might end up trading him to get one of them quarterbacks in New England. So they've got two of them. They can get rid of one of them.
I wouldn't mind having Zappy on the field.
I found it funny
trade right now.
It was funny when Dak got hurt, all the 49er fans were saying, well, now they can trade for Garoppolo, and then that next week Trey Lance gets hurt. So it's like, gotta be careful.
There's been a lot of quarterbacks going down all across the board. Starters, Lance, Dak, Jones, Tua. Who else got hurt? I know there's someone else that I'm missing. Winston got hurt.
They said Tua. They said he don't even remember the hit.
Well, I mean, I believe it. I mean, you saw his hands.
Right. Yeah.
That was very. And no flag on that penalty, but the one lighter than that, Brady gets a flag. So.
Well, even Derek Carr got that too.
Derek Carr, his was for the letter of the law. Unfortunately, he said it. That is the rule that you cannot put all your weight, even though what he was like, what do you expect the defender to do in that situation?
Yeah.
So he didn't think it was a call, but the letter of the law, the way it's written, that's unfortunately a flag. But he didn't agree with the flag himself. At least he was man enough to come out and say that. But during the time, of course, you're going to take it. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's definitely still a long season. We'll see what happens. Still could very well see that, matchup that we may want to see, that Cowboys versus Patriots. I know
in the Super Bowl? Come on, man. We'd have to have a bet for that.
We'd have to have a bet on that one.
A big bet for that.
The hell with that ribeyes. We might have to go whole half cow.
Need to come up here and get a pig. Y'all got all the places to buy whole hogs up there. I can't find
I got one right down the street. It's beautiful.
Can't find one down here to even do it.
There's some down here, but it just costs an arm and a leg to do it.
Need to go shoot one. Call it a day.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anything else y'all want to talk about in the side or around the pit? Inside the pit.
I've got inside, outside. But a screaming kid I can hear. But
we'll wrap this up. We'll let Max go first. We'll let you thank all your people and your sponsors and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, thank you. First off, thank you guys for having me on again. This was great. You guys are doing an awesome job. You guys know I message you all the time, whether it's during one of the shows or after. Listening to your show on the road. I'll message you with this comment or that comment, and oh yeah, I'm this far in and back and forth. But thank you all. Thank you for having me on again. And truly, thank you both so much for making the trip down to Austin a couple weeks ago, so I could meet you, spend some time with you, hang out, meet in person. That meant the world to me. So, thank you both so much. You're my brothers. I love you both. You get it.
Yeah, it was our pleasure. Definitely.
Yeah, it was so good. Thanks, boys.
And then, where can everyone find your podcast, and what days and times can they listen to you?
We're live every Tuesday on Facebook on the Pitlife BBQ podcast Facebook page at 5 o'clock Eastern time, so 4 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Pacific. Then after the show, it gets uploaded to YouTube, and then all the audio platforms. So wherever you find podcasts, you'll find Pitlife BBQ podcast, and all the social media, same thing. Pitlife BBQ podcast, Pitlife BBQ 1, because Twitter likes to be difficult. But but yeah, you'll find me.
Yeah.
I'm always lurking in the murky waters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never know
Yeah.
when I might pop up next.
Yeah, definitely. You'll be in those chats when you least expect you to pop up. You'll be, oh, hey guys. Yeah,
So don't
definitely.
talk bad about me. You never know.
No, we do that privately.
Right.
Listen to
Hopefully it's
this.
mutual till you do your shit talking.
Uncle
privately.
Steve. Uncle Steve just answered the question for what would you have cooked, and I think he won the best answer. He said a hot chick with a napkin and a cold drink in each hand, and shoes to make sure she can run back and forth and get you more.
Hot damn. That's the answer right there.
Yeah, leave it
That's
to
it.
Uncle Steve with the best
With the
answer
winner.
of the show right there.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'll let Randy finish it out this one. Again, thanks, Johnny Mags. Trust me, it was our pleasure to go and share that experience and meet the family. If you're ever back in town, we still are trying to plan a trip to go up there to see y'all. So we'll definitely hit you up on that. And of course, we're going to give you a hard time throughout the time. But for all of those, if you're looking for a place to install your TV, because I know the holidays are coming around, you're going to buy a nice TV. They go on sale, and you want it hung up on the wall, or you want your sound system, your PlayStation, your Xbox, whatever, hit up my guys, Campbell Installation. Find them on Facebook. Send them a little message or tell them Junior sent you. They will hook you up with that good deal. Trust me, you will not go wrong. They clean up after themselves when they're done. So it's really good. And for me, I'm renting my property, so they're going to come. They saved me the holes. He'll say he'll come back when I'm done and patch it back up, so that way I can get my deposit back. But that's what I got. And again, as we talked earlier, if you find those sales, cook what you do, cook what you love, because you're the one spending the money. Cook it the way you want it, the way your family enjoys it, and you can't go wrong. And don't be afraid to cook, and of course, do it with love and passion. And we'll see you down the road, Randy. What you got?
Definitely, and then just to kind of go on that, remember, I've said it multiple times, I'll say it again. In barbecuing or on grilling, there are no rules. You can cook however you want, do whatever you want. Don't listen to people on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, on a podcast.
The barbecue president.
Don't listen to people. Just continue to cook what you're doing, and just go out and get out there and cook. Then, of course, be sure to check out us on any social media sites. Always Big Slims Barbecue. Check out Damn That's Good with Big Slims Barbecue's podcast. Anywhere you get your podcast. Uh, Also YouTube, TikTok. We're going to be trying to post more videos and more questions, like I've been doing on TikTok. We'll be definitely getting on there. definitely, and of course, if you hadn't tried our stuff, be sure to order it, give it a try. If you don't like it the first time, give it a try a second time. Um, 'Cause you never know. You just might get hooked on Big Taste, Big Flavor, Big Salinas. And as Mr. Mag said, check him out Tuesday on Facebook. You won't want to miss his lives. He does some very great interviews with some awesome guests. Sometimes, if you're looking to learn some stuff,
That's the way to do
where you
it.
got to go, especially if you got a big green egg and he's having someone on there who cooks on big green eggs. That's where you go to get your questions answered from that person live. So check them out. Check
Hell
us
yeah.
out. And that's all we got. And we'll see you on the next episode. Who knows who will be on next?